M29 needs advice about getting through a sudden breakup with F26. Hello. Sorry for my English, this is not my first language. My girlfriend 26 and I am 29 have been together for exactly 5 years. We own our dream house since October 2020. We just adopted a puppy that we love. We live with 2 adorable cats. Very early in our relationship, I found out that she was being unfaithful and had time with another guy that she was seeing on and off since she was 14. She would sometimes have time with him hours before doing the same with me. I'm a really open-minded guy. I have never been jealous before this relationship, but this broke me. I confronted her about it. She broke down in tears, promised she would stop and begged for me to come back. After a couple of days of thinking it out, I decided to forgive her and try to focus on building a great relationship with her. I believe it might have been too fast, because I started having control issues, anger issues, jealousy issues, because of those incidents. Despite those issues, our first 2 years were amazing. We were madly in love and both couldn't stand being away from each other for more than a day or two. I began healing slowly and had less of the previous issues. The real problem started when we moved in together in our first apartment. She would often say that I wasn't helping enough around the apartment, spent too much time on my computer, drank too much, and she was completely right. Month after month, she began to get more and more distant from me. We didn't have time very often, and even the smallest things like hugging, kissing or holding hands felt forced. She never wanted to. Every time she was like that, my anger, control and jealousy issues were coming back, which made her even more distant. Sometimes it was a never-ending, toxic circle. Sometimes we managed to talk it out and get better at being with one another for a couple of great months. In July 2019, she had another affair with a coworker, although less serious than the first one. I took it very badly, but again we talked it out, got out stronger and managed to get to where we are now. We have a beautiful house together, pets that we love, we talked about our future together, made plans. Last Sunday, she straight up told me that she didn't love me anymore and couldn't see me as a fatherly figure for her future children. This is the first time this happened. As I cannot control her feelings, I thanked her for having the courage of telling me and suggested that we get professional help, couple therapy, to help us get our feelings in order and talk about our future. She hesitated and simply told me I don't know. The next days were hell. My mental health plummeted, I had a breakdown, felt the need to go through her phone to find out why she wouldn't want to get help and why she would just risk 5 years of relationship and our whole situation down the drain instead of going to therapy a few times. I found what I believe are indubitable proof that she plans on getting with a coworker she had an affair with, but I don't know if it is my paranoia talking. She always denies it when I try to calmly talk to her about it. Feeling that I couldn't hold on any longer, I apologized for my breakdown and brought up the couple therapy idea again, as even though our breaking point was probably long reached, it would really help soften the blow and get our thoughts in order. After pushing her for an answer that wouldn't come, she eventually told me that she didn't have the strength to go through therapy, refused any kind of outside help and wanted to break up right now. This is where it gets bad for me. In addition of losing her, I lose the house, our beloved pets. They are mine, but let's face it, I cannot take them away from the house. I'll probably get the chance to see her rebuild her life with her coworker in my house, in my native village right next to my parents' house. And I owe her half of the $100,000 that were invested in the house by her rich grandfather. Money that I don't have. I'll need to sell every single material thing that I hold dear to gather the money. I'm constantly thinking about hurting that other guy. Constantly considering suicide. This is not a call for attention. The thoughts are pulsating right through my mind every time I think too much about her, her affairs, and what I'm about to lose. I already booked an appointment with a therapist to help me cope with all of this and hopefully not hurt anyone. My closest friends have been warned. They took my car keys and take turns staying with me to be sure that I don't do anything stupid. I feel like getting professional help could have saved our couple, but I think we're way past that point now and can only try to mitigate the damages, but I have no clue how. Does Reddit have any advice for me? Thank you for your time. Sorry for the badly written call for help. I'm a mess right now. Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, it takes 2 people to save a relationship. She didn't put in that effort, and that's not your fault. I'm sorry, I hope you're able to heal from this. Redditor 2, I'm so sorry man, no you're not alone, you don't deserve any of that. You will find someone you will have a family with and someone who appreciates you and won't do the horrible things she has done. You'll come back from this, don't give up, it's only making you stronger. Update, GF of 5 years at S time with her new boyfriend in my bed, in our house, while I was giving her space to think about our relationship. I'm devastated. My GF of 5 years broke up with me without telling me that she was with someone else and had been for at least 1 month. When I found out, I told her that I had no other choice but accept her new relationship and wish her the best. I asked her one thing, not to see him in our house until we sell it or until she buys it from me. I temporarily moved out to give her some space while she thinks about our breakup and what she really wants to do. She's been saying that we could still go back together, but she needed to think about it. She had S time with him in my bed last Friday. I immediately found out and confronted her about it. I told her to pack her things and let me enjoy the comfort of the house. I asked her to leave, take some time to reflect on her side and let me rebuild myself in our house. I tried moving back in last Sunday but she wouldn't move, told me that I couldn't force her to leave the house. I had to change the sheets they had S time in. I had to empty the bin where they threw their used condoms. When I tried to finally go to sleep in my bed, this is what she told me, "Are you sure that you want to sleep in the bed where I ducked him yesterday?" I lost the will to fight. We had a 4-hour chat where I conceded her everything. The house, the dog, the cats, everything we own. I was exhausted. Still am. The worst part? At the end of this chat, she told me that she was losing someone great, that we still had chances to stay together and that I shouldn't give up and I should keep fighting for her. Duck her. I moved out again, blocked her on every social media and started NC since Monday. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I miss her so much. Redditor's reaction story 2 after. Redditor 1, see a lawyer about the house, do not let her take more from you. You will get better, you will heal. Get into therapy, and exclude her from your life completely. Make a list of the things she did to you, and read it when you feel like you want her back. Redditor follow up, this. In most jurisdictions you can force a sale, but it's costly. A letter from a lawyer may be enough. Redditor 2, dude. You're dodging a horrible person. She obviously enjoys the sick twisting of her knife, don't give her the satisfaction of showing pain. She's playing insane games, blaming you for not fighting for her. There is no way her new relationship will work, especially when the thrill of hurting you is gone. Get your essentials and bail. Get the support you need from family and friends and an attorney. Tell your story. Don't concede anything under duress. I'm so sorry. Hang tough. You'll get through this. Redditor 3, you don't miss her. You miss the idea of her that you superimposed onto the horrible person that she actually is. Just know despite how awful you feel now, you will be okay. Op answer, this is probably true. I miss having someone, I grieve our potential and the future we had together, the house, kids, marriage, but I'm not sure that I miss her as a person, especially after what happened. Story 2, my dad cheated on my mom with his biological sister. My dad was adopted as a kid. He's 65 now. About 6 months ago he found one of his biological sisters. They met and became really close. About 4 months ago, my parents were visiting her at her home in a different state when her and her husband started fighting. She decided to leave him and my parents offered her to stay in my old room. BTW, I am 23 if this means anything. Looking back on it, their relationship was pretty weird from the jump. He was always referring to her as his beautiful sister and they were inseparable. I have 2 dogs my dad would babysit, and when he would sleep on the couch with them and his sister. Fast to last month my mom had pretty major surgery on her foot and she couldn't walk for 2 weeks. She's still in a cast. My dad and his sister were taking care of her and everything seemed fine. Up until last night. My mom woke up in the middle of the night and was thirsty, so she walked to the kitchen in her huge cast, which had to have made a ton of noise. That apparently was completely unnoticed by my dad and his sister, whom my mom caught making out with each other. My mom immediately kicked them both out. It's the second night and she hasn't slept or eaten. My dad is apparently moving to Pennsylvania with his sister and they're currently staying in a hotel together. I'm deeply disturbed. I can't even find the words and I have no idea what my mom is going through. She told my dad he can work things out with her and go to marriage counseling or choose his sister. And he chose his sister. The whole thing makes me want to throw up and I have no one in my personal life to share this experience with. My mom cannot afford to live by herself. They've been married for 24 years. I secretly logged into my dad's Facebook and the messages between my dad and his sister are just unnerving. There's nothing sexual but the messages are like, my house is empty without you, I love you with my whole heart, I miss your smell, love you my little buttercup. It makes me want to throw up and it makes me hate my life. I have no idea how to process anything. My boyfriend wants me to talk to my dad before he moves but I don't want to. I wish he would just disappear. Edit, there is zero chance this is made up for him to cheat with a M stress. It's 100% his biological sister. I also began speaking to a lot of family who said weird things were going on. For example, they visited my aunt, another part of the biological family, and she gave them separate guest rooms but they both ended up sharing a bed. Also, her now ex-husband warned her daughter that something very weird was going on between their relationship, a big reason as to why they recently separated. And my dad has totally been MIA since. He is not answering anyone. They are currently on their way to York, Pennsylvania in a red Impala and a silver Jeep Wrangler. If anyone sees them, say hi. Redditor's reactions. Story 3 after. Redditor 1, how did he found out about her being his sister? I'm just curious because it also sounds like he could have made that up with her so she could stay in the house without objection. Op answer, ancestry. They are 100% siblings and he has found a couple others ones. Redditor 2, I'm so sorry this has happened to your family. Fortunately this is not a common occurrence, but it is documented amongst reuniting bio families. Redditor follow up, that's what I was thinking, heard of such a thing before, very sad situation. Redditor 3, I would make copies of your dad's messages and then take your mom to a lawyer. Not sure if this particular infidelity will help in a divorce case, but you mom is at least owed decent support and half the assets. This will help her care for herself, though I am sure she will need a lot of support from you. Heck, you two will need a lot of support from each other. Story 3, GF of 3.5 years cheats and now says she was taken advantage of? I have been dating my GF for 3.5 years. I moved from NJ to MA to be with her, leaving my friends and family behind. I love this girl and wanted to one day start a family of our own. She told me yesterday that she cheated on me. Wouldn't give me many details, only said that it wasn't sex. I kicked her out and she went to go stay with her friend or her mom, not sure which. In text this morning she is now saying didn't mention it before, that she was taken advantage of. That she clearly told him she was committed to me and that she didn't kiss him back. Text exchange. Me. Did he force you? Her. Not force but took advantage. I said I was committed to you. Me. Lol. Her. It was a clear no from me. Her. I'm sorry I wasn't stronger to keep the clear no. Me. Did you kiss him back? Her. No. Me. Bullshit. Me. Don't lie to me. You don't deserve to save face. I deserve to know the truth. Her. I will see you at 2. Me. As someone who is truly committed to us. Her. I'm telling you the truth, which has ruined my life. Her. Instead of hiding it. Me. You couldn't hide it. I knew something was up. I knew you were acting off for a while now. So don't act like it's a big noble deed to tell me you cheated on me. Her. It's not, but I'm not lying to you, I'm telling you. Me. I don't believe you. I don't trust you. This is all BS, right? I'm having a really hard time thinking clearly. Update, D-Day yesterday and today I am feeling so confused. We've been together for 3.5 years. The first 2.5 years were long distance, and in the last year, I moved from NJ to MA to be with her, leaving family and friends behind. My so was out drinking and met up with a past intimate partner and made out with him at the bar 2 weeks ago. She came clean to me yesterday and I was immediately pushing for her to get out. She left yesterday after thousands of tears from both of us and her apologizing and saying she loved me over and over. I believe her that she does love me. She said the encounter meant nothing and she was drunk. Our relationship has been very good before this and we had a lot of love together. Everyone in my family is saying that people make mistakes and that she is a good person and truly sorry. She is borderline suicidal and a complete emotional wreck from what she has done, repeating often that her life is ruined and talking to herself in a distant voice saying things like, "How could I do this? I first was feeling like I want her out of my life and how could she ever do something to me, but I am starting to crack and seeing her humanness in this. Am I being naive?" Update, trickle truthed. D-Day all over again. Where to go from here? Please excuse any mistakes as I haven't slept in over 36 hours. My GF of 3.5 years 2.5 being LDR. I moved from NJ to MA last year to be with her, cheated on me with someone she used to have feelings for. She met up with him at a bar and at drinks, then went back to his house. They met another time after that. They were sexual. He told her he loved her and she said, "I love you too." She hid it for 2 weeks and then slowly started to open up to me when I asked her what was wrong. She told me at first it was just drunken kissing. That was last Sunday. Then yesterday, Saturday, she told me they were naked in bed and she sucked his DCK. Said there was touching of their parts but no actual penetrative sex. This is all very painful to type, as I'm sure the people here can understand. She wants to reconcile. She is truly sorry and realizes she made a life-altering mistake. Says she has it figured out now that I am what is important and that she is willing to do anything. Give up drinking, go to AA meetings, quit her job to move with me back to NJ. I'm not staying here. I might have to stay until the lease is up in 3 months, but then going back home to where my people are, attend therapy and healing sessions for her issues. She says that she can be the best partner to me and is willing to put in all the work it takes. She is scheduling therapy for us and I agreed to go out of simple curiosity as I currently have zero commitment to us reconciling. Can I get some perspective on this, please? Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1. Run. She'll do it again. Want to sink more time into her, only for that to happen? Distance isn't an excuse. She doesn't love you. She told another man she loves him and sucked his DCK. It's over, man. Respect yourself. She is afraid to lose you now, but if the opportunity presents itself for another stable relationship to validate her, she'll jump ship and then you'll really be screwed. She's likely bored of you and wants external validation. She needs to work on herself outside of any relationship. Redditor 2 said there was touching of their parts but no actual penetrative sex, as history in this sub has proven time and time again she's lying. They had sex. Says she has it figured out now, so it took a new DK and her to figure that out? What the? She is scheduling therapy for us, what? She's the one that needs it, not you, but okay, maybe go once for the first one. I always find it odd that couples that aren't married and not together for 5+ years go to therapy. Redditor follow up. Couples therapy like this is almost inevitably bullshit. Far too many therapists find ways to lay blame on the betrayed partner, and insist that the vegetated partner just must let it go without demanding accountability or reconciliatory action from the cheater. You, a man healing, don't waste your time with couples therapy. You will 100% walk out of there with the therapist making your GF cheating on you at least 50% your fault. Redditor 3, first, sorry. I know this hurts. Mine did the same thing. Gaslighting. Telling you a little more and more. Truthfully, if you were the guy, would you just stop at a blowjob? No. She had time with him. Like you said, you have zero to reconcile. Cut your losses and move on. Redditor 4, it takes an extraordinary amount of disrespect for you and love for that dude for her to suck his DCK. That's all the confirmation you need to know that this is not even worth reconciling. You have all to lose and she has all to gain from reconciling. I'm sorry you're going through this. But you can learn from a lot of people in this sub that she'll likely do something like this again. Let her live with the very deliberate choices she made. Redditor 5, she is scheduling therapy for us? What the hell do you need therapy for? She's badly failed wife tryouts and then had the balls to trickle truth the acid out of you. By all means go back to New Jersey op, just be sure to go without that lying cheater. Don't be a fool. Redditor 6, so sorry op. You have your answer. 0% wanting to reconcile. Why go through the bullshit then? I mean, it is fun to see them twist and cry and say I am sorry, I will do what it takes. My favorite is I realized you are the one for me. I thought you knew that when we decided to get into a monogamous relationship? So you were LDR for 2.5. Do you think she did not step out during that time? I mean, I was in her shoes and I gave the R a chance, well, at least a bogus chance, and once I started to learn more and realized just how weak and damaged she was, I basically laughed and said I quit, we are done. Want to spend my time and energy on someone who wants me and wants to be with me, for me and faithful. Life is too short. Best. Redditor 7, she was naked in bed, sucked his $, but they didn't bang. I have a bridge to sell you also. Reconciliation is possible, but only if she is honest. Until then, keep her at arm's length. Have her get STD tested and bring you the results. Take time to process and then make decisions on what you want to do.